Now, our breaking news this hour, the South African National Civic Organization has expelled its provincial chairperson, former President Jacob Zuma. To explain the implications of this, we are now joined by our contribution politics editor, Vuyo Mvoko. Mr. Mvoko, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Certainly, Mr. Zuma is keeping the country on its toes.
He is keeping everyone talking, everyone on their toes.
Most certainly.
Well, we want excitement out of elections, and we're getting it.
We certainly are. But what does this expulsion mean for the ordinary South African?
Look, for starters, I mean, Sanco is not such a big factor. Yes, it's part of the broad Congress alliance. It's an alliance with the ANC, COSATU, and the South African Communist Party. But it's not as dominant, a voice and a factor in the alliance. So this, for now at least, is one of, first of all, it is something that is showing the South Africa that all within the ANC are panicking about the Jacob Zuma's foray.
Yes.
Because it's someone they have to take seriously. I mean, if you look at the attendance at the rallies, whether it's here in Gauteng, in Alex, or in Umlazi, and elsewhere in KwaZulu-Natal, you can see that, I mean, the attendance there is not something to be frowned upon. In fact, many leaders would kill to attract the kinds of numbers that he has been able to attract so far. And the irony of this is that he went to Sanco because he sought relevance. But he has suddenly found that actually what the MK party is offering him is 100 times better than what he had hoped Sanco would give him by agreeing to be its KwaZulu-Natal provincial chairperson.
Now, the former president is known to be an avid chess player, and certainly with all the moves that he's making, there must be some kind of calculation to all of this. With the ANC now being involved in, like you're saying, Luthuli House, possibly in a bit of a rumble and tumble with some of the stuff that he's done with the MK party, does this not contribute to this relevance that you're speaking to? Does this reaction that is given, like now the expulsion by Sanco, contribute to his within the MK party, what people are actually will then be wanting or liking him for?
Well, with the ANC having suspended him already, I don't think Sanco was left with any option. Whether it's something that they took upon themselves or whether the ANC leaned on them, we don't know at this stage. But I don't think it had an option. It had to do something as a partner of the ANC, because everyone within the Congress movement right now has to rally behind the ANC going into this election. But I don't think Mr. Jacob Zuma himself would have dreamt of the kind of start that he has gotten. I think he did see that Sanco wasn't going to give him what he actually wanted, because he's very bitter. He feels very strongly that the ANC threw him, under the bus. So the best vehicle or the best way he can revenge is something that will hit the ANC very, very seriously. And he couldn't have dreamt of a better start, because right now, we understand, he is the reason many people who had thought that perhaps the election could be delayed by a few more months, perhaps looking at the other side of winter, are saying perhaps we should bring the election closer, because if this party or parties like his get to have the sort of traction that no one thought they would, then things are going to be really bad for the ANC. And hence, there's a big move, we understand, people who want the election to be brought a lot closer so that Jacob Zuma does. And remember, it's not just him who's panicking. The IFP is also having sleepless nights, and if you look at the by-election in Opongolo, where he snatched his party snatched victory there. I mean, he's the guy to watch now. That's just the reality, and Sanco really had no option on this one but to actually act in the interests of and probably on behalf of the ANC.
The ruling party. Well, certainly very interesting times. We will keep a track and our eye on that story. Thank you so much for joining us in studio this afternoon. That was Contributions politics editor Vuyo Mvoko speaking to us there about the breaking news